Tempting though it may be to wander, this isn't where you're headed, so you turn around. You escort Lanka and Krim to your vessel. I'm surprised it even floats, Lanka whispers. I never thought the deck would be stained in a maiden's blood, you think to yourself as the ungrateful words leave her mouth. As if sensing your murderous intent, Laddie looks at you and takes deep breaths, urging you to take your own. What a desolate place, Lanka murmurs. You suppose it is, especially compared to Alabaster City. You all stand before the altar, the Ivory Maiden and her attendant included. So what do we do here? Lanka asks. As if on cue, Lack begins chanting his mysterious chant. As the screams of Lanka and Krim fill your ears, you surrender yourself to the dazzling light. After passing through the altar and entering the heart's domain, neither the Ivory Lack, wise in the ways of this world, quickly briefs them on the situation. After digesting Lack's words, Lanka turns to Laddie and says, "Your heart is quite a dark place." Laddie hangs her head heavily, tears in her eyes. Your mission remains unchanged. Somewhere, there is a heart scar that must be healed. There's a heart scar to the west, Lack says. Trusting in his words, you head that way. A stela carved in the spirit's image. What's it doing here? Fight him off. work. You reach Burdenberg, a town rife with laddie's woes. The residents here cannot help but hate those who lay bare. As soon as you enter the town, your nose is assailed by a strange odor. It appears a muddy marsh has inundated the place. You see a girl gleefully playing with the mud. Upon closer inspection, you recognize her as Fila, the Azure Maiden. When you introduce Fila to Lanka, the Ivory Maiden responds sardonically. "You seem to be having a lot of fun for a maiden," says the one who looks like she's itching to have a good time. Fila replies playfully. It appears she hit the nail on the head as Lanka's face reddens. "How dare you?" the Ivory Maiden. "Don't cause trouble." You hear a familiar voice. It sounds like suddenly, Hyde appears, splashing around in the muddy marsh. And fight. Fortune favors the bold. Magnificent. Magnificent. You see an old man gulping down the contents of a mud-filled cask. When he notices your party, he suddenly asks, "You young'uns up for a challenge?" As if a human could ever compete against me, Lax says. But then, the old man flicks Lax's forehead, sending it soaring. Don't overdo it, you caution him, well aware of his age, when suddenly his fist comes flying at you. Despite his elderly appearance, he moves swiftly. He can easily hold his own against you. You've got a long way to go, the old man tells you, as he drinks mud from his cask. What should we do today? The man murmurs to himself as he uses mud to craft a human-sized doll. When you ask him what he's doing, he says that he doesn't have any friends, so he's making a mud buddy. You introduce Lanka to the man, and he extends a mud-caked hand for her to shake. As if I'd let anyone so filthy touch me, Lanka shouts at him, contempt in her eyes. It looks like he's out of luck with Lanka. Even so, you see the man's cheeks turn red, as if he's realized something in the process. You introduce Krim as a potential friend. Nice to meet you, the man exclaims. Krim gives a strained smile, tears running down her cheeks. She's got some heavy baggage. Thinking it might get lonesome with the mud buddy as his only company, you decide to become his friend. The doll begins to wriggle and writhe before transforming into something that looks just like... This is all possible thanks to the mud, he says cheerfully, happy to finally have a friend. To your surprise, the residents seem rather grateful to the muddy marsh at the town center. You decide that it may be worth investigating. You did great. It appears the volume of mud in the marsh has decreased, perhaps because of all the uses the villagers have found for it. From within the marsh, stairs appear. Don't hold back. You see a little girl drowning in the marsh. Without a moment's hesitation, you leap into the marsh to save the girl. You swim to the girl and grab onto her, but she smiles as if her drowning had been an act and praises you. You really are a hero, aren't you? The girl then gets sucked into the marsh and disappears. Fortune favors the bold. Magnificent. Magnificent. You see a familiar figure in the center of the marsh. In the depths of the strange mud-filled town, you find yourself. As you look closer, you realize that mud oozes forth from his feet. It appears with an ecstatic expression. He scoops the mud at his feet and calls it talent. The talent for fighting. The talent for making friends. You have used your various talents to lead Laddie on this journey. The shadow points at Laddie and speaks. talent, yes. Something you lack, he tells her with a haughty laugh. That's not true, you say, objecting to your own shadow. The shadow just laughs and sinks to the bottom of the marsh. So this is the hard scar, Crim gulps, as she stands before the horrendous light. Along with the voice, a giant shadow emerges from the scar. You stand ready to fight the monster. Excellent. fortune favors the bold. Teamwork makes the dream work. Within the shadow's final words, you sense sorrow. Laddie was entrusted with the duty of becoming a maiden. Thanks to her, but it was a false love. No one would truly love someone who was destined to disappear. When people discovered she hadn't the makings of a maiden, they stopped caring for her, and she descended into the darkness of desolation. After defeating the shadow, you use the maiden's relic to heal the heart scar. You successfully restore the town and heal the wound on Laddie's heart. Your mission fulfilled. You decide to return to the world you came from. Fila and Hyde look perfectly content as they splash about in the water. Such a sight is no longer possible anywhere but this world. With the door opened by the self-proclaimed spirit spell, you leave the heart's domain behind. Upon your return to your original world, Lanka and Krim look weary from their unbelievable experience. Laddie, meanwhile, is fast asleep on the floor again, recovering from her sudden change of heart. Her sleeping face, which you'd seen occasionally at the grotto, seems to have softened a bit from the anguished way it looked before. Thanks to the Ivory Maiden and her attendant, you've accomplished your mission. You prepare to take them back to the North Isle. As you make your way ashore, you see an impeccable line of soldiers in white armor awaiting you. A welcome party? Lack asks, though the atmosphere is far from welcoming. In accordance with national decree, we have come to apprehend the rebellious Maiden, the soldiers say, pointing countless blades at you. According to the soldiers, allowing the masked soldier to escape in the forest was a huge infraction of national decree. Lanka hangs her head. Apparently, national decrees are matters of utmost importance to maidens. A soldier, who appears to be the squadron's captain, claps Lanka in restraints. The maiden must be educated, the captain says. Dispose of the others, including the attendant. And fight! After defeating the soldiers, you spot neither hide nor hair of Lanka. According to Krim, the maiden will likely be taken to the Foundation, a school beneath the palace. You begin walking toward the palace in hopes of saving the maiden, dragging along the faint attendant. Lanka, she murmurs. Oh, Lanka. The man gazes out over the pristine city. Not the easiest place to explore with some snacks in hand. Too clean, he muses. The palace gate that leads to the Foundation is blocked by a burly soldier. It doesn't look like you'll get past easily. You place your hand on your weapon, but before you can strike, Krim beckons you over to a different route. According to her, there's a hidden passage leading from the Maiden Shrine to the Foundation. Beneath the edge of the shrine is an old door. Could this be the entrance to the hidden passage? You push open the door and descend the stairs dug into the very earth. The dimly lit passage seems to go on for miles. This place gives me the creeps, says Lack with a shudder. There are no ghosts here, so don't worry, Krim replies. Though I can't say the same of enemy soldiers, you warn them. Then continue quickly on your way. Beneath the Alabaster Palace lies the Foundation. Within the sunless corridors echo the sounds of writing, day in and day out. It appears a diary of sorts has been left on the desk. Within its pages, you read orderly lines of text that say the following. Nothing further is written. You replace the diary atop the desk. You see Lanka peeking out from behind the door. But something's not right about her. That's not Lanka, Krim whispers, her whole body trembling. The mysterious girl then dashes off somewhere. Congrats. You hear a soldier's voice from the other side of the door. You decide not to press your luck and leave the area. Hope you win. The maiden is property of the city, the girl recites repeatedly. The maiden shall not ask for anything, the girl reads aloud. It is an honor to be chosen as a maiden, the girl whispers to herself. The maiden's actions are managed by national decree, the girl writes. The maiden's relic is more important than life itself, the girl transcribes. An empty basket lies at your feet. What could this possibly be for? And fight! fortune favors the bold. Teamwork makes the dream work.